Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Fall Ohigan service, and a special welcome to those of you who are joining us for the first time. We will begin the service with the ringing of the kansho, followed by chanting of Sambujo, Hyo Byakumon, and then Sambutsuge, which you will be able to find in your purple service book in front of you on page 79, or you could follow along on the screen.
何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ。On this occasion of the West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple's annual observance of Ohigan service, we are gathered here to express our gratitude and appreciation to Amida Buddha for awakening us to the boundless wisdom and compassion of the Buddha. During the Ohigan, when the hours of the day and night are equal, the sun symbolically rises in the east and sets in the west towards the direction of Amida's pyramid. On this morning, we gathered here at our temple to hear the teaching of Amida Buddha's primal vow as clarified and transmitted by Shinran Shonin and resolve the matter of the great importance of our afterlife. Let us deeply entrust ourselves to Amida Buddha and recite the name of the Buddha to express our gratitude and appreciation for the Buddha's benevolence for settling our birth in the pyramid. I, Shak Koho, humbly recite the name of the Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.敬って大慈大悲の阿弥陀如来の御前に申し上げます。古来浄土を願う人は、春秋に彼岸へを務めて、遥か西の方、夕日の沈むところに安寧の浄土を望み、命のふるさとに思いを寄せてまいりました。天皇大師はこの日、太陽は真東より昇り、真西に沈む。その日の沈む彼方、10万の区の仏国土を過ぎて、阿弥陀如来の浄土は増しますと仰せられました。私どもは幸いに宗祖親鸞上人のお導きによって、本願念仏の御教えを仰ぎ、やがて安寧の浄土に生まれる身とならせていただきました。人として生まれた身にこれ以上の幸せはありません。本日ここに西羅浮仏教会の彼岸へにあたり、うやうやしく仏殿を荘厳し、先立って行かれた上の人々を偲びながら、経典を読受して限りなき仏頓に感謝いたします。ここに西羅浮仏教会駐在会教師、釈広報謹んで申し上げます。何万だ。高元義義維持無極如伝名無用と者日月間に修行遠慮開室音平有脈十目如来用下朝鮮無理小学大四古流実法開門生寺三昧智慧意徳無量小慶宇人体前年小仏法界宮司 類無明欲ぬ世尊よ無人の死死人徳無力君古代知恵人名公明意祖真の大戦願がサブ大小法華道生じ不下脱不正上位会に精進如で三昧知恵以上五世徳部不行死が一切空空一切大安慶死有部百千億万無量大小修行五弱よ一切死と小仏不行愚道小不脈非尿五者小仏世界部影無種節道公明失笑変死小国尿で精進異人難量量がサブ国土第一五種奇妙農場超絶国尿内容二無とそがと愛民農脱一切実法来所熱症状意図学国経楽安穏古物神妙定が師匠発願の日力少々欲実法生存知恵無下上量子孫知が信用計量死死食毒中家業精進忍術不敬なまなぶなまなぶなまなぶなまなぶなまなぶなまなぶがにしくどく平等性際道本も大 何万ナウツ、何万ナウツ、何万ナウツ、何万ナウツ、何万ナウツ、何万ナウツ。
Okay, now I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Reverend Ryuto Furumoto. He graduated from Ryukoku University majoring in Buddhism in 1998, and then from 98 to 99, he obtained a special license for rituals and also being able to deliver Dharma messages at Honzan. In 99, he was assigned to the Hilo Betsuin at the Hawaii Kyodan. 2001, he was transferred to the Buddhist Churches of America and assigned to the Arizona Buddhist Temple. Then in 2009, he was assigned to the San Mateo Buddhist Temple. And finally, in 2013, he was assigned as the resident minister at the Senshin Buddhist Temple. So now I'd like to introduce Reverend Furumoto, who will deliver his Dharma message both in English and Japanese today. Sensei?
Hi, 皆さんおはようございます。Good morning, everyone. Hi, thank you very much for coming to today's service. Today's service is Ohigan service. Ohigan means chanting service. That Ohigan equinox time is the daytime and night time at the same time. Then this is Japanese Buddhist religious service. So if you go to other countries, Buddhism, Taiwanese Buddhism, or Chinese Buddhism, or Theravadian Buddhism, they don't have this Ohigan service. This is very Japanese Buddhist service. So this equinox time is a changing of the season. This fall Ohigan is from summer to the fall. At that time, people gather, and this equinox time is the kind of very good climate, not neither hot nor cold, so people easy to gather, and then at that time people listening the teaching to calm their heart and mind and following this Buddha's teaching. That is this Ohigan. But Los Angeles was always good weather. So anytime you should come to the temple and listen to the teaching. But especially Ohigan, good climate. So it's really great everybody coming to today to listening to the teaching. Hi, today at this Ohigan, I'd like to talk about the understanding others, accepting others as possible, understanding others as possible. Many people think that Buddhism is not judgmental, and that appeals to the people. I do not know how judgmental other religions are, but generally Buddhism's view is that we ordinary being or foolish being cannot clearly decide right or wrong or good or bad. But depending on the situation, place, or time where we are, our idea of good and bad may change. That goes for the killing as well. Usually, killing is a really bad criminal or the bad deed, but there are times when we thank or admire someone who takes others' lives, such as doctors performing euthanasia, that maybe the client really appreciate, and the soldiers in the battle. If you, in the certain situations, you receive a medal or award. Then Shinran Shonin wrote, while a person's ignorant of even the characters for good and evil, all possesses a sincere mind, I make a display of knowing the words good and evil. This is an expression of completely falsity, F-A-L-S-I-T-Y. So Shinran Shonin wrote this Wasan, Human's poem, when he was 88 years old, and he died when he was 90 years old. So one of his insights in his later years was that we cannot judge what is totally good and what is totally bad. If we do, it is completely false and fake. This is the Jodo Shinshu followers' view. So Jodo Shinshu followers are flexible, and we try to accept any situations. It is because we try to see things from many angles. What is good from one perspective may be bad from another perspective, and vice versa. So we should try to understand others. Then this story I want to introduce today helps us to see this Jodo Shinshu viewpoint. The title of the story is The Golden Eagle and the Turtle Dove. ジャパニーズはね、何だっけ、犬ワシと、山鳩。犬ワシ is golden eagle in United States. The Yamabato is dove, one of the doves, turtle dove. I have never seen this turtle dove. I always see the regular dove, but there's a turtle dove. And the eagle, I think some of you saw the eagle around here. Golden eagle and the turtle dove. And this story was introduced in the Japanese novel, A Guru is Born. In Japanese, Kyoso Tanjo. And this novel was written by Takeshi Kitano. Maybe some of you know this Takeshi Kitano. He is a director of the movies, Japanese movies. So some of you watched it before. And this story helps us to know, depending on the situation, which is good and which is bad. So we are not sure. That kind of story. The story starts like this. In a town in Japan, an old scholar found a golden eagle's nest. His hobby was bird watching. From that day on, he went deep in the mountains to the nest every day. He did not leave the spot until sundown. When the eagle chick was born, the old scholar was really delighted. But he noticed that something was wrong on the 5th day following the birth of the chick. The mother bird did not return to the nest for the entire day, and she did not return to the following day either. Although he knew how difficult it it would be to raise a golden eagle. If he did not do anything, the chick would surely die. So as the sun was setting, the old scholar decided to take the chick to his home. His wife was surprised when she saw the eagle's chick in the cardboard box. It was really adorable, so they named the chick Kamui, after the Ainu word for divine spirit. From that night on, they took great care of Kamui. Kamui became their main source of joy in their lives. A month passed by, and as Kamui's wing grew, he began to flap his wings to fly. Then after 2 months, he became bigger and bigger, and he was ready to go back to the mountains. The old man strongly believed that wild animals should be returned to nature, but he feared that once Kamui returned to the wild, he would not appear before him again. About a mile away from this old scholar's house lived a boy. He is a third grader. He found a turtle dove that was injured and was unable to move. The dove's right wing was badly wounded, so he brought the turtle dove home and tended to it all night. After seeing its white bandages, the boy could not sleep. It was the first time in his life he stayed up all night. So he awoke with reddened eyes. But he dashed home from school the next day to check on the dove. "Mom, it's still alive, right?" he asked. The dove looked better, and when he gently stroked the neck, the dove cooed softly. The boy named the dove Azusa. His father built a small coop in the corner of their yard, and the boy was really happy that Azusa had a home. That night, the boy had a dream. He and Azusa flew together, and Azusa said, "Thank you. Thanks to you, I can fly again." But one day, the boy heard some noise in the coop. When he ran to check, he found Azusa thrashing his body against the cage's mesh wire. "He's ready to fly. We'll have to let him out of the coop soon. It's a turtle dove, and he belongs in the mountains. Maybe someday he'll come back to visit you," said his father. The boy was sad. He wanted to keep Azusa in his home. A few weeks later, his father said, "The weather looks good tomorrow. Let's return Azusa to the mountains." The boy looked very sad. His father explained, "Life in this cage is suffocating for Azusa. The spacious sky is Azusa's playground." Recalling Azusa in his dream, the boy nodded just slightly. Early the next morning, the boy and his father drove to the mountains. The boy held the cardboard box containing Azusa on his lap. The sky was bright and clear. This is a perfect morning for a brand new start. The boy scooped Azusa out of the box with his hand and patted Azusa. "Now let him go. Goodbye, Azusa. The boy tossed Azusa into the air. Very good, exclaimed his father. Azusa circled above their heads once, twice. Goodbye, Azusa. The boy waved furiously. Azusa appeared to pause briefly in mid-air as if it heard the boy's voice. But then the bird quickly raised its head and flew straight toward the mountain peak. Suddenly, a shadowy figure quickly came toward Azusa. Azusa tried to avoid contact, but the shadow continued to close in quickly, then clashed with Azusa. Azusa swayed in the air and then fell. Ah! The boy screamed. But the old scholar clapped his hands for joy. Kamui, a hand-raised and domesticated eagle, became a wild golden eagle. He caught a live prey on his first flight. He attacked a dove. Then this old scholar could not help but feel delighted. The old man nostalgically recalled the day he brought Kamui to his home from his nest and the endless days spent raising Kamui. He was really, really satisfied. Of course, the boy's scream didn't reach the old man's ears. Even if he'd heard it, he would have thought it was a cheerful for Kamui. But this is the story written by this Takeshi Kitano-san. And I first read this story when I was a high school student. Then I really impressed this story. And around that time, Takeshi Kitano-san was something influenced by the Shinran Shonin thought, and he wrote something about Tannisho or something like that. So some kind of the Jodo Shinshu influence may be in this story. This story may help us to see things from different aspects. And depend on where you are, it's harder to decide which is good, which is bad. If you are on the old scholar side, it's really great. The golden eagle attacks the dove, great. But if you are on the boy's side, it's really sad. I raised my kind of really great care to the dove, but this dove on the day he let him go, it was attacked and he died. It's really sad. And from boy's side, that golden eagle was really bad. But from the scholar's side, golden, that's great. Killing the dove is really great. So from depend on the which side we are, it's difficult to decide what is good and what is bad. So war or crime, social issues, everything has many standpoints, and it is difficult to, sometimes it is difficult to decide what is totally good or bad. So I'm very much influenced these stories and machine learning thought too. So therefore, whenever I watch the Dodgers game, I couldn't, feel really happy. But I really like Shohei Ohtani left hitter. He hit a home run. But then I said, Shohei-san, great. But soon later, I watched the pitchers. Pitcher really feels sad. Shohei-san hit a home run, and this pitcher, opponent team's pitcher, he has a family. His parents maybe feel sad. Shohei hit a home run. So there's some kind of empathy, understanding with not only our side but the other side too. That is something we, by listening to teaching, our heart and mind is nurtured like that to try to understand other people as possible. So what we can do is, again, try to understand others and do our best in each situation. That is today's message in English. はい、Thank you very much for listening. じゃあ、ちょっとリサイトネームです。ナムアミダブツ、ナンマンダブツ、ナンマンダブツ、ナンマンダブツ。はい、それでlittle I'd like to speak in Japanese. はい、まず日本語で少しお話しさせていただきたいと思います。大体今、about 5 minutes ぐらいでちょっとジャパニーズ。ね、そうです。Maybe many of you understand Japanese. 大丈夫。はい。ちょっと分かる。ちょっとやります。はい。今日はですね、日本語でお話したいんですけども、18願のね、お話をしたいと思います。18願は、英語では、primal vow とか original vow とか essential vow というふうに訳されています。日本語では阿弥陀様のすべての衆生ですね、人々とかも生きとし生けるものを救いたいという根本の願いということで本願、根本の本ですね、本願と呼ばれています。で、本願は浄土真宗の教えの中心なので、私たちのご本山ですね、京都のご本山は本願寺という名前になっています。そう、浄土真宗の門徒として私たちはこのご本願をねのお心をいただき、その内容とかね意味をね知っておく方がいいです。で、本願のこのエッセンスですね、それはすべての人々の安心と平和だと言えます。ほいで私たちがそのご本願の学ぶと、そのエッセンスね、そのお心をいただくことで、私たちが安心してこの人生を送ることができます。ほんでまたね、その他の人々の安心も少しは考えるようになってくるというふうになっています。で、この第18願の御門は、私が仏になるとき、すべての人々が心から信じて私の国に生まれたいと願い、わずか10回でも念仏して、もし生まれることができないようなら、私は決して悟りを開きません。ただし、誤訳の罪を犯したり、仏の教えをそしる者だけは除かれますと、あるんですけども、この、簡単に言います、この願いでは、ご信心ですね、お任せする、疑いなく阿弥陀様に私の往生ですね、お浄土に生まれることをお任せすると、そういうことが大事だと説かれています。で、この第18願をね分かるには、まずねいろんなことが大事なんですが、目に見えないものですね、この目に見えないことへのリスペクトを持って、この目に見えないものが私たちの人生にとってもね重要な役割を果たしているんだということに、知ること、これアンダースタンドすることが大事なんですよ。で、浄土真宗では阿弥陀様とお浄土、仏様の慈悲と知恵、もう目に見えんものの話をよく聞くんですね。でもそれらはね目に見えないんだけど、私たちにねほんまに働きかけとって、でお寺にはねそういうお働きを受け取る方がね、念仏者の方がようけおられるんですよ。で、だから目に見えとらんだけど、でもなんかやっぱ感じ取られて、やっぱそれは働いとると、そういうものをね、目に見えんものをあんなんないわって言うんじゃなくて、やっぱこれあるんじゃと、やっぱこのいうふうにここでリスペクトしていくっていうことが大事ですね。ほんで、これ目に見えんが大事なのは宗教だけじゃなくて、私たち日常生活でも目に見えんものって結構ね大事にしてますよね。例えば友情とかね、フレンドシップとか親族関係、キンシップとかラブとか愛ですね、信頼、リスペクトとか正直さとかね、そういうものとか、あと勇気とね、カレッジとかありますね。そういうものはね目には見えないんだけど、私たちはそういうのはね大切なもんで、そういうものをね得たいと思ってるんですよ。またね仏教で言ったら苦しみの原因ですね、苦しみの原因というのも目に見えない、痛いなとか心がもう苦しいなとかね、 そういう苦しみそのもの見えないんだけど、実際に私たちはそういうものに苦しめられて、もう悩まされるんですよ。仏様の慈悲とか知恵も目に見えないんだけど、こうやって教えを聞くことによって耳を通して心に入っていって、阿弥陀様の知恵と慈悲がこれワークしてくださるんです。そして私たちの苦しみを癒したり安心を与えてくださるわけですね。だから目に見えないものっていうのはあんなないよっていうふうにパッと考えなくて、これあるでとか、なんかこれ大事じゃないんかいうふうに思うのがこれ大事ですね。ほいで今僕民芸っていうことにかなりちょっと興味持ってるんですけども、民芸っていうのは私たち日常的な生活の中で使っている器とか包丁とか、コップとか、芸術作品とは言わないんだけど、民芸という民衆の芸術ということだから、その日常的に使っているもので、別にこれなんていうのかね、アーティストみたいに美術品を作ってやろうっていうふうな思いじゃなくて、普通に日常のその器を作るというね、もちろん美しく作ろうというのはあるかもしれませんけども、その美術品を作ってるという思いはなくて、普通に物を作ってるんだけど、その普通の器とかコップとかね、そういう箸とかナイフとかそういうものがもう本当素朴なんだけど、そこに素晴らしい美があるっていうふうにね、それが民芸の運動の民芸なんですけど、でこの民芸運動の創始者として知られている思想家の方がおられるんです。それが柳宗悦さんという、100年前に、50年ぐらい前まで生きとられましたけども、1961に亡くなられてますけども、こういう柳宗悦さんとかはこの目に見えない力っていうのは素晴らしいんだって深く感じ取られている方だったんですよ。でこの柳さんはやっぱこの念仏の教えに影響を受けたりです。こういう民芸品っていうのはこれ自分でやってやろうじゃなくて、なんかバーってやっとるうちに他力っていうものが入ってきてバッと美しいものができるんだみたいな、そういうふうな浄土真宗の他力の教えからちょっと影響を受けてられるんですけども、この柳さんが、この浄土真宗に関するライティングもあるんですよ。で柳さんが富山県におられた時にもうすごい浄土真宗に感化されて、富山はもう高田先生来られるとこですから素晴らしいところなんですよ。浄土真宗のもう深く皆さんが、深く信望されているこの、富山におられた時にもう浄土真宗にすごいもう影響を受けて、でここで土徳という土と徳って書けて土徳っていう言葉を作ったと言われています。で柳さんこの北陸の、富山の風土から、お念仏のその virtue ですね、それがもうこの土地にあるっていうふうに感じられるんです、そこにすごく強い印象を受けたっていうんです。この、北陸の地方には昔から熱心な浄土真宗の、信者の方が多いので、このお念仏とか法音感謝ということがもう生活の一部とか、もうそれ生活そのものとなっているんだって言うんです。そんで、その何世代にもわたってこの培われてきたそういったお念仏を喜ぶ、生活がその、土地のvirtue徳となっているっていうふうに、そしてその目に見えない力として人々の心を育んでいるというふうに言われてますですね。ですからこうやってウエスト LA のお寺でももう何世代、もう多分3世代4世代になってますけども、やっぱ何世代にもわたってこのお念仏を喜んでいこうということで、このお寺の徳っていうのができてきているんですよ。ほんでそういう徳をもうこれ目に見えないけどやっぱそういうものがあるんだということです。で、こうやって18願の5本願学ぶ中でこの目に見えないものの大切さとかを学んでいき、そして、私たちのお寺とかこのコミュニティに平和とか安心というものを、一緒にシェアしていく、これが、このお寺の徳っていうのができてくるのが、もう大事なことですので、皆さん続けてお参りされて、こうやってお寺の徳土徳っていうことを作ってまいりましょう。はい、今日はすいません、ありがとうございました。では合唱します。ナムアミダ仏ナンバンダ仏ナンバンダ仏ナンバンダ。
Sensei, for your Dharma message this morning. We will now have the reading of Ryogemon.
Please join me in reading the Ryogemon by Master Renyo. We rely upon Amida Buddha, with our whole heart for the enlightenment in the life to come, abstaining from all sundry practice and teachings, and giving up the trust in our imperfect view. There is no doubt that the assurance of enlightenment comes at the very moment we enter us, and we recite the Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, in joy and gratitude for the Buddha's compassion. We also acknowledge gratefully the benign benevolence of our founder and succeeding masters who have led us to live in this profound teaching, and we do now endeavor to follow throughout our lives the way laid down for us. 両下出言、もろもろの造業奪取自力の心を振り捨てて、一心に阿弥陀如来、我らが今度の一大事の御所、御助け総来と頼み申して候。頼む一年の時、往生一条御助け事情と存じ、この上の称名はご恩報者と存じ、喜び申し候。この恩断り弔問申し分け候こと、ご解散承認ご出世のご恩、次第僧正の伝錦の朝からなるご関係のご恩と、存じ候。この上は定めおかせられる恩をきて、一号限り守り申すべく候。何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ、何万ダウツ。
Okay, so now I have a few announcements. On Saturday, October the 12th, we will be having our centennial commemorative seminar entitled Similarities and Differences Between Amida Buddha and the Judeo-Christian God Christ. And our guest speaker is Reverend Melissa Opel, who is the resident minister of the Buddhist Church of San Francisco. Then the following day, on the 13th at 10 o'clock, we are having Our Lady Eshini and Kakushini Memorial Service. Again, Reverend Opel will be our guest speaker. Now we have a few study sessions available. Saturdays from 11 to 12 via Zoom, we have a session led by Reverend Takata. The next one is scheduled for the 28th of September, and suggested donation is $40. And then for those who can't make the Saturday, he also has a Wednesday session from 7 to 8 p.m., also via Zoom. And the next one is on the 25th. Reverend Umezu conducts a Buddhism Beyond Mindfulness. Theme this time is called Accepting Yourself. And her next session is October the 12th. And each session attended will be $5 for this. She also has a monthly Shoshinge chanting service. Also, the next session is on the 12th at 11 o'clock, and everyone's welcome. Starting the 29th of September, we have Sunday matinees. So after the Dharma service, a movie will be shown starting at 11 o'clock. And I'm not sure what's scheduled, but why don't you come and find out for that. Then for those of you who have children or grandchildren, save the date, October the 27th. We will be having our Halloween party here at the temple, so stay tuned for more information. For your bingo players out there, we started our bingo games again this month. It's every third Friday of the month at 7 o'clock, and it's held in our social hall or Kaikon right across. We have snacks usually, plenty of parking. And I keep saying the more people that come, the bigger the prize. So if you don't have anything to do, please show up for that. Next, we have, we have our temple t-shirt. And this is what it looks like up here. This is our temple logo. And they're $20 each. We have two styles. We have crew neck or V-neck. Various sizes, and if you are interested in one, please see me today or just stop by the office. Now, one of the fun events we have here, we collaborate with the Venice Buddhist Temple, and we have what's called Winapalooza. So for you wine drinkers, this is the event to come to. It's on Saturday, November the 2nd, starting at 7 o'clock, and then we'll have more information in the weeks to come. And then finally, not finally, but we received a special order of West LA hoppy coats from Japan. I'm going to bring it out and model it for you. This is a large, but anyway, this is what it looks like on the back. And then this, Sensei?
With Los Angeles Buddhist.
Okay. Yeah, so it's made out of cotton. It's really nice material. So for members, if you are a member, the cost will be $80, and for non-members, it'll be $95. So these are available now. Then finally, I think most of you know, in 2026, we will be celebrating the temple's 100th anniversary. And we have a committee that's planning for the big celebration. Now, earlier in the year, we started a fundraising campaign for the Centennial commemorative projects. And thank you very much for those of you who have donated. I just wanted to kind of read off what we've done so far. So on the altar or the onaijin, we replaced the floor. The electricity was rewired. Instead of having exposed wire, it's been enclosed in really nice pipes up there. The flickering lights, now this was replaced to emulate candles, so it looks very realistic. And then Sensei also purchased the lovely cloth that covers the tables. Those are called uchishiki sets, so he bought that. Now, sorry? Oh. Now, in the back of the altar, we had our nokotsudo, the columbarium. And so, beginning of the year, a special order columbarium was built for us in Japan. And this was installed earlier this month. It's very, very beautiful. So maybe after the service, if you're interested, you could look. And then also we do have niches for sale if you are interested later. We also replaced the flooring in the back. And then we we had a basement door, which was on the floor, so we moved that also. Now the office, it used to be one giant room. So now Sensei has a separate room for some privacy, and then we also have an office area, new windows, and right now we're working on a new security system. There's so many more projects that we have for this temple to try and beautify it and get it ready for the 100th anniversary. So again, I said, thank you so much for those of you who have donated, but please consider a second donation because we still have a lot more to do. We have a lot of plans for this temple. With that, and then also, so that's it for the 100th anniversary. Now, I do want to invite all of you to join us for lunch afterwards. We'll have some sandwiches and Jersey Mike's, really good. So please join us for that. So that will conclude our service for today. And Sensei?
Please join me in Gassho. Namandas, 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 namandas. Thank you very much. Please join refreshment. Thank you.